Hey, what's up guys? It's Jake, aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with the Ultimate Defense Graveyard deck. This deck is just so much better ever since we substituted out the Knight for the Dark Prince. The counter push potential is just dramatically increased. And also it has 3 spells against all the log bait decks, and it also ends up having Tornado with the Tombstone against Golem and beatdown decks. Check it out for 12 grand challenges or hit it up on the ladder, and I swear you guys will not be disappointed. Alright guys, we got a game against Antonio. We're going to go sauce out of good luck here, and we're going to see what's up, see what this guy's got. So we end up seeing Bats. He's probably going to end up having a minor cycle deck with this. I assume he's probably in a minor opposite. Whoa, that's a Lava Hound. I haven't seen Lava Hound in a fat minute. This might end up being Lava Hound clone, guys. In that case scenario, we have a really good matchup because guess what? We end up having Poison, we have NATO, we have Ice Wizard, we got Baby Dragon, we got the whole squad out here. This is a great matchup if we get it. Please, give me it. I'm going to end up poisoning because I want to end up killing that Fly Machine as soon as possible. And if he NATOs, or if he ends up going in for a clone, I just NATO everything if I need to. Yep, so NATO is definitely the wave, 100% the wave. Ice Wizard will be more than enough to clean up everything. And I think he's only going to have Bats and Cycle. So I could potentially end up going in for a Graveyard here. Actually, I want to go for Dark Prince. I don't want to go for a Graveyard. Dark Prince is going to demand something for sure. And if he wants to go in for Bats, then they're going to die the Ice Wizard. So that was my decision there. It actually worked out really, really well. We baited out Snowball. We baited out Bats. And we know for certain that he's running Lava Hound Clone because we saw it earlier. So it is the deck that we know and love. Well, the deck that we know and love after it got nerfed to Oblivion, basically. His Flying Machine getting that nerf was actually the biggest nerf to Lava Hound Clone. It became way worse after that Flying Machine nerf. He didn't have Bats, so I went in for my Graveyard. Usually you don't want to do that, but he didn't have Skarmy, he didn't have Bats, so I don't have to poison. So I can save my poison for defense here. So I thought that was a really good maneuver. Just knowing your opponent's card cycle is pivotal when you're running Graveyard or any type of control deck, so then you can abuse it. If you don't know their card cycle, you can just lose games that you should be winning. Really, really important to know those things. Also, we're having a tank for the Fly Machine, and guys, we know that he doesn't have any direct source of damage, so I could actually eat a lot of tower damage here and be okay because he's only going to end up having, like, literally Snowball to get damage on my tower. He needs to make a big push, and he hasn't been able to do that yet. Usually, when you're playing Clone, you want to sack a lot of tower damage, and he has sacked a lot of tower damage, but he's not really gotten a reward for it. I'm going to go for a Graveyard. Hopefully, he does Fly Machine here so I can poison it and then cycle back to it. Might not be the case. Okay, very cool. I'm going to poison it now. Make sure that we take out the tower, kill the Fly Machine, and then just end up using a Tombstone to make sure that the Lava Hound goes closer to that. So we're able to get it a little bit further away from our tower. So when it explodes, the Lava Hound clone pups don't immediately go and join forces on my tower. It's kind of, we don't really want that type of party on our tower. We're not about it. We're not about that campfire, man. Get out of here. I'm going to end up going in for a Barbarian Barrel here again, and then I definitely want to go for Tombstone. We could potentially even go for the 3 for the memes, guys. Do we do it? 11 seconds remaining. I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to try to do it nonetheless. Definitely just going to go for a NATO. 6 seconds are remaining. There's no way he takes my tower. And we potentially were able to do it, but yeah. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Poison was going to clean up the pups, and he wasn't going to be able to even come close to 3 crowning, so GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Good luck in the rest of your grand challenge. All right, we're going to go sauce out of good luck, and we're going to see what's up, see what this guy's got. So we end up seeing a Mega Minion. We're going to end up going for a Baby Dragon in the same lane because we're going to damage it from a distance and kill it that way. See what else he's got, though. I mean, Mega Minion probably going to be a tank deck, right? Could be another Golem player. Nope, he's going to end up having a Musketeer, so we're just going to straight up poison that, make sure that we get it out of sight, out of mind. Don't have to worry about it anymore. I think the Baby Dragon is actually going to maybe take 1 hit from it. Ah, it did not happen. I was hoping that we would keep it inside the poison, but I'm just going to go for a Barb Barrel, and that should be enough to kill the Dark Prince. Pull it back. This Prince is going to go towards the Tombstone. Very cool for us. He's actually going to log now. Need to go in for a Dark Prince here, so that his Prince doesn't get a charge. So we see double Prince and Musketeer. This is definitely going to be a Giant with double Prince stack. I don't think that it would be anything else. I'm going to go for an Ice Wizard. I probably should have went in for a Baby Dragon and then got counter push with it, but Ice Wizard is okay too. We'll see what he wants to do. If he ends up going in for anything on top of the Ice Wizard, then I can't really Graveyard. Just felt very uncomfortable Graveyarding early on against this player. Rather just play defensive and see what he's up to first. See, he just played super, like, wildly aggressive there for probably no reason. I feel very comfortable just going for a Tombstone, letting the Barbarian obliterate the Giant. He's going to go in for a Poison as well, which is really good for me, because now I can go Dark Prince. I could have even NATO'd that to King Tower. Probably NATOing that to King Tower is better, because it was already in the middle. But he used his Poison, so I feel very comfortable going for a Graveyard. The Graveyard's going to get a ton of damage, because he doesn't end up having any wave killing that besides, like, literally small spells. And the small spells don't provide any counter push. And the small spells are one-hit wonders. They don't accumulate damage over time to the skeletons. So this is very good. Very, very good for me. Go Ice Wizard here. It's not like he has NATO or anything, so there's no way he gets damage with the Dark Prince, so that's great for us. And I just want to see if he ends up poisoning the tombstones like he did before. If he does that, and he tries to break through, if he breaks through, obviously he wins the game, but if he doesn't, I think he loses, so. We'll see what he tries to do here. Dark Prince hopefully charges. Notice how that one skeleton was able to tank. It's super important to time everything and make sure that you get the most optimum value from everything. If you don't get the most optimal value, you're not going to be able to win against these decks that have poison, because then they'll eventually be able to break through you. Notice I'm not going for graveyards very often until he poisons or plays aggressive. Prince. I'm not cycling my my Tombstone yet. Just really against cycling Tombstone when I don't need to. Rather try to just use the Ice Wizard, both towers, and the Baby Dragon to finish off everything. And then I go for a graveyard, because his Musketeer probably out of cycle, right? So he's going to end up going for more poison. Another poison, but notice his Tombstone placement is super scary for him. I think he might not even be able to log it because it's just so low on the opposite side. Yeah, just the placements matter so much, man. So it looks like I'm probably going to have to go in for a Dark Prince same lane as him. He might go double Prince action on me. We'll see. I actually have to go for Tombstone here, unfortunately. But I definitely want to poison this, so then the Mega Minion is not something that I have to worry about anymore. Prince actually is going to demand a bit of a response, but the Dark Prince in the left-hand lane with the Baby Dragon is actually putting in a lot of work. Really, really odd, honestly. I'm going to eat some damage from that Dark Prince. It's okay. And then we're going to start moving here. We're going to start rocking and rolling. So I'm going to go for a Barbarrel so then the Prince doesn't charge on our Dark Prince. I actually want to go in for a Baby Dragon as well, because I just want to play really aggressive here. So then he's not able to support the Giant. If he doesn't support the Giant, I think he just loses. I'm going to poison here as well. Maybe we get an extra Baby Dragon hit. I could have also NATO'd that, but I'd rather play more defensive with my NATO. Poison I can cycle a little bit more frivolously on offense and not really care too much. He actually went for a Zap, so it's super aggressive. Honestly, this is probably one of the harder matchups to play against since he does have Poison. If he had Fireball, which they usually do have, I think he specifically put in Poison so he beats Graveyard. Then it's just a straight-up easy win. But he has so many great defensive capabilities, so the game is way more drawn out. It takes a lot more time, a lot more defenses that I have to successfully pull off to be able to win this matchup. Alright. I could Poison on defense, but I just don't really want to. I'd rather end up going for a Barbarrel here. I think with the Ice Wizard, the Dark Prince shouldn't get a hit, and it doesn't. So we play that as well as we possibly could have. We're going to go for Poison. That's going to be GG. Well played and peace out, Girl Scout. Can't believe we won that. That's actually a matchup just looking at from a distance. I don't think that I would win it, but I'm just really glad that we did. So GG, well played, and peace out. He's obviously a pretty good player too later in a GC, so those are always good wins. All right, guys, so we got a game against Andy. We're going to be saucing out a good luck here, and we're going to end up going for a Baby Dragon to kick off the game. Since we end up having an Ice Wizard in hand, I feel very comfortable doing so because I actually have air defense here. So that's the only reason I would ever cycle Baby Dragon. I really wouldn't cycle my Ice Wizard because it's way more defensive. Wouldn't really want to cycle that as a first play. The Baby Dragon demands more response, can bait out a lot more. So we see Baby Dragon from our opponent. I was going to say either be Golem or Graveyard. And we look at it, and it's definitely a Golem deck because we see the Golem. We end up going for a Graveyard because we have the Dark Prince providing counter push potential. And he's going to Dark Prince as well, but our Dark Prince is actually hitting the tower. Let's go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's insane amount of damage. Potentially even tower if I'm able to defend this. Then we should be able to win. So that's what I need to focus on, defending this. Defend the virginity here, guys. I'm going to kill that Dark Prince, hopefully. The Baby Dragon, awesome. This is great stuff. If I NATO everything back... Actually, I need an Ice Wizard here. Need to kill that Mega Minion, and we do. This is amazing defense. Let's go, guys. That couldn't have been any better for us. So I knew that I had to end up killing that Dark Prince, and if I didn't, we would have been in a really dire strait. Obviously, the Baby Dragon was pretty good on defense there because it was able to allow us to cycle back to the Ice Wizard. And we didn't really make too many miscalculations. We were able to take the tower with the Dark Prince, and he went crazy. So what he ended up doing was actually pretty aggressive and pretty dynamic. He decided that he wanted to throw all of his eggs in one basket like the Easter Bunny and decide, you know what I'm going to do, Jake? I'm just going to try to go full offense on you. It didn't really work out for him, but it was pretty close. We have a very defensive deck. We were down a lot of elixir, and we were able to pull off a miraculous defense here. Let's see if we can do it again. We have to pull off one more good defense to win this game and secure it. then my Elixir advantage should be on par with his. So I definitely feel comfortable here, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Just feeling comfortable is probably not good enough for us. I need to end up going for a Tornado to pull that back so then he doesn't get the Electro Dragon on top of our tower. He's got a lot of damage on us, but I think this is okay. I think we're able to defend for 43 more seconds, guys. Let's go. So I'm going to end up going in for the Tombstone here. Definitely want to wait for the Prince to die. Or not the Prince to die, to stop its charge. So should be fine. I need to go in for an Ice Wizard as well. Baby Dragon on Baby Dragon action. He can't really NATO that far back enough. I'm just going to go for a Dark Prince again. And with 21 seconds remaining, I think we win this game. It was a little bit more close at the end. I didn't really realize how much damage the Electro Dragon was getting on us. But nonetheless, we do win this game. So this deck is super solid against Golem. As you guys can see, even if you're down Elixir, you can pull off some pretty solid defenses and win the game off of that. So GG, well played, and peace out, Andy. It was a pleasure playing against you, and good luck in the rest of your Grand Challenge session, my man. We're going to sauce out a good luck here, and we'll see what's up. We got a game against David. What does David got in store for us? Well, David's going to go and sauce out the guards. So we see guards. We might end up facing a control deck. We could also face a Hunter or Miner control. Don't really know what it is yet, so we end up seeing Miner. Probably not going to be a Hog Rider variation anymore, so it's just going to be standard Miner control or Balloon. It's going to be one of those. A lot of Balloon decks end up having Miner as a tank, so at least we activate King Tower early. No matter what the case is, no matter what deck he has, when we see a Miner, we definitely want to activate King Tower, so we obliterate that as soon as possible. He's got Inferno Tower and P.E.K.K.A? Oh my gosh, man. Thankfully, we're not running anything that is a tank. If I was running Golem, I would be quite the sad panda right now. I feel like this guy's out here just trying to snipe Golem players and crush their souls and eat them alive with this terrifying deck. Oh man, I just feel bad for people playing against this. It's the only thing I can think about right now. So I definitely want to end up playing really heavy defense when I can until double Elixir. I think that we did a ton of damage already, so as long as we're able to defend this, we should be fine. I'm going to go in for a Tombstone, give myself a little bit more time to potentially not even have to go in for a NATO. If he doesn't cycle anything, like a Zap, then we don't... Yeah, he actually poisoned. Wow, this guy's really, really wild. He has poison as well for the graveyard, which is making me a little bit uncomfortable, but then poison will be out of cycle if I go for a Barb Barrel plus graveyard, or go and charge up a Dark Prince and then go for a graveyard. So what I want to do in this case scenario is, because my Barb Barrel is not like in hand at the same time as my graveyard, I'd actually want to go in for a Dark Prince and charge it up. Because what you always want to do is you want to go in for the graveyard first, then Barb Barrel, and then the graveyard is always going to be tanked for by the Barb Barrel still. So that's a very cool thing if you guys did not know that. I'm going to go Poison so I get more chip damage and don't have to worry about the Electro Wizard anymore. He's actually going to Zap as well. So we see that he has Zap for the Tombstone Skeletons, and he's got Poison as well. I'm a little bit scared here. I know that he's probably going to play offensive, so I want to go for an Ice Wizard. He's actually going to go for an Inferno Tower here, so that means I don't really think I can play offensive at all. Maybe we can go in for a Graveyard and just get a Poison on him. Like, he's going to Poison this, and maybe we get a couple hits. I'm really hopeful that like we get a couple hits with the Skeletons. That's what I'm just hoping for, some decent RNG here. I need to have it happen. He's going to play really aggressive, and I have to play decent defense here if I want to win this. And I end up going for a Barb Barrel to kill Electro Wizard, so then we stop getting stunned. Then I end up going for a Baby Dragon on defense. I don't really want too much of a tank for my graveyard. It doesn't matter too much, because he's just going to poison it anyway. I'm just going to go in for a graveyard and start poisoning him out. I just need 2 more poisons and I win the game. So you don't really need to have a tank for your graveyard if they're just going to poison it. You'd rather just cycle poisons on them at that point. Like in this case scenario, when there's only 2 poisons left, it's just kind of a no-brainer. Could hire Tombstone so then he doesn't poison that, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, I'm going to go for Barb Barrel because it's the lowest elixir cost cycle. And then I'm going to end up going in for my poison and cycling a NATO to pull everything back. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. We play that so safe just because we know that Graveyard falls apart if you play too aggressive. So we got a game against someone that's got Lumberjack, Mega Minion, and Barb Barrel. So it's probably going to end up being a Golem deck again. Golem is just super prevalent in this meta. And I guess this deck is probably the best deck to destroy Golems. So, you know, it's cool stuff, man, that we're getting a matchup that we just want to see time and time again because everyone's playing it. So I definitely want to end up going in for a Baby Dragon in the back. I think it's because Dark Prince is strong now, and they just think that spamming it behind a Golem is probably going to be the best bet. Go opposite lane with Graveyard and Barb Barrel, just because I don't really want to go same lane as Electro Dragon. It just seems like a bad decision. It's going to go Barb Barrel on defense. I think that should be enough to clean it up, but, you know, sometimes he gets value where he shouldn't, I think. End up going for an Ice Wizard just to make sure that we activate King. Very cool. The Ice Wizard takes 1 hit, and I don't even have to spend any more Elixir. That's like the best thing ever. When the Electric Dragon only gets 1 hit. That's what you want to do. Activate King Tower when the Electric Dragon dies right after it activates King. It's prime time, guys. So now I can use NATO on defense. That's what I love doing with this deck. If you activate King Tower early on against a Golem player, and then you don't end up having to use NATO, it just feels so good. I want to get away with Barbarial here. Skeleton was able to spawn, so we were able to put in a lot of work. And I think I probably don't even have to NATO yet. I think that the Baby Dragon just gets locked onto. Notice how my Ice Wizard, yet again, is off to the side. I did that in the last Golem game, too. I'm always dropping it off to the side, so he's not able to hit my tower. If I drop the Ice Wizard, like, right on top, like, right in front of my tower, he's always going to be able to hit it. You have to make sure that you space it out correctly, and that the Golemites don't knock it into your tower. Super, super unfortunate. If you space it, like, too close, your Golemites can just wreck you. Because it knocks it into your tower, or he NATOs, and then you just lose, like, 500 HP, and it feels really bad. So I could end up going in same lane as him, which is a little bit weird, but I think it's definitely the play here. I just don't want to go into his units. I want him to end up spamming us. Go Baby Dragon here as well. Dank Prince on Dank Prince. NATO everything. Tombstone again. Very cool. See the Baby Dragon getting so much damage there? That's not good for us. It's definitely not good. Now he's going to go NATO into the tower. He's going to get even more. I think he's able to poison us out at this point if he has it. Don't know if he has poison. Maybe he's just got all small spells. Don't remember if he's got all small spells or if he's got poison. Regardless, when I go Graveyard here, and we're probably going to play really aggressive now because we have a pretty big Elixir advantage. So this NATO is going to be crazy good. Baby Dragon's just clobbering him. Okay, I like this. Ice Wizard again. Maybe that Ice Wizard was a slight misplay, but it's okay if it was. I'm going to go Graveyard since we have Baby Dragon. I can actually even NATO that opposite. So then I don't have to worry about that going towards the lane that he wants to get that damage on. A Barbarial right on top of the Dark Prince so it doesn't get the charge. Oh, it does. Rip. Or Pacino, Paparino. He's definitely going to go for NATO. Ooh, we were able to pull it back, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, guys. I need to go in for a Graveyard here. This is really scary. I probably should have went Graveyard opposite since we had the Baby Dragon there. It's okay, though. Definitely should have went opposite. Does he not have a big spell at all? He has no source of direct damage. Guys, we can still win this. Okay, very cool. I think we maybe win this, guys. This is a little bit weird of a game, but I think the skeletons completely envelop his tower. Let's go, give it to Daddy. Whew, that comeback felt so good, man. 41 HP. He played that really, really well to come back as well. We're playing a game of catch there. We were constantly throwing the game back and forth, and eventually we were able to win.